Yeah, that was a fun experience. No, I just came out because I saw it. I just wanted to go off and see what Tech City was like. It's very hot. Yeah, so it's better than the streets, but at the same time, I didn't expect Tech City to go off on highs like a whole bunch of crackheads and like homeless people on this person. Especially that shit over there. Nah, the famous white female American crackhead. Yeah. No, again, that one over here has a black pimp with her. Yep. No, so the thing about it, specifically, is that most likely the type of personality was over my job site. So like the annoying thing about that itself is that back in 2021, I didn't know that they were sniffing through the data. Yeah, and they're exposing it to these people on the special side. Because you hear how fake that thing is. What's up? No, because when they went through my data over here, they found a site that was like pornography that even I don't check out myself. The reason why I'm down here is just to go off for like play games into that space or something, and then retrieve that's just like a catalog and a system itself where the admin and the mod has been there for like forever into like the US server. So he's there legally as like open source, but at the same time, because of the art space itself within the gallery that they upload, you're gonna find different material. That's why it's like two different things around the space. Right. So in that space area, her old boyfriends, that she used to date, that dumped her, all that stuff, yeah, posted the hate. That's it, like how much they hate her as a girlfriend or like a wife or something. Yeah, so they found it on like the message boards of Reddit. The space where like her boyfriends that go off like be some of the drug dealers back then. They were just like runners, you see them across the United States or so. They used to be like the kids. Yeah, you see, they were like the kids that go off and do skateboarding, and then you find them around the hotel, and they try to sell you some things around the special. Right, that used to be her boyfriends back then. They'll go off for like someone hang out with her, and she most likely she used to be like a stripper, a prostitute on the side of her. They'll try to sell drugs and like just going around from one town to the next with the dudes. But at the same time, they posted a whole wall of hatred into my things about how annoying she was into my first person. So that thing went on to like read all these messages, and then it reported everybody as like a rapist into my things, and then it hang out with the bear inside the United States. We're telling that give it it's people like Tim Watts and so that part on the pedophile. Giving like a human resource feedback into like psychology about like stuff that's like the rehab place with the United States. What's up? Right. No, because the reason why that thing wanted me dead, especially outside, is because of the fact that it will see the black children, especially the smart one, not go off and participate inside the drug system over here. What's up? And most likely it'll hang out with like the wrong black kids at the time over here. What's up? No, because again, her type is the type. Yeah, you seen 8 Mile, right? Into how they got cornered by like a couple black dudes around the special that just went on to like hit on Eminem, all that stuff like that. Yeah, that's what happened to her type over there when they were like methods on the surfing off massage. So she got beat down, especially from the black female crew into my offense specifically. So from that time she got that first black eye from like the black crew. Yeah, she hated black people beyond anything to imagine. And then by the time she was done with her, she assumed I was one of these kids with that was proper, that never been in the streets. Yeah, that she go off and hang out with, and like we'll probably like go off and like go on a sexcapade. And then by the time I enter the hood area, I'm not a nigger, I'm not a shit from the top, according to her. Yeah, so most likely I'll let the other dudes go off and beat the shell over, and rip the shell over, on the special. Yeah, and they go on about my first. I tell you, these people are like so fucking dumb. So the reason why they get mad is because of the fact that me over there as a black dude, I decided to go out for like help out working for fathers inside the domain machines systems. Yeah, for high safety standard where they have to go off and where they have to go off and do drugs. Because of the fact that I have to go off and pass a drug test, so I could operate heavy machineries. Man, especially you always use that as like a valid excuse for like the people that are claiming that drug tests are like stuff to like go off and keep people. It's like, no, drug tests are there because of the fact that the space you're in, yeah, is a highly dangerous space that requires you to be sober. Man, especially, yeah. So she complained that I was down here as like a 25-year-old that got out of the military. Yeah, with no high school diploma. That wanted to do a quick run inside the domain of a university. I got my degree and a certification. Yeah, before I could turn 28. Yeah, she complained that I was high speed inside of the domain intelligence. I was stable at the time, and then which that allowed me to go off and work in a space for like certification to go off and run and operate machineries, and then eventually just make like $20 an hour. So she complained that I was making $20 an hour legitimately, $20 an hour, $40,000 a year. That's a lot. Because of the fact that my skill and my specialty, yeah, for the industry itself is that I stay sober, not doing drugs, not even marijuana and shrooms. That's all. No alcohol, nothing like that. That's all. Just like straight up waking up in the morning and then going to work, and then working on this machine system with her father's, especially during winter time, in emergencies and stuff. And that's how show up late at night during winter time when it's frozen, all sorts of stuff on top, and then go off to make my money, getting the experience. And by the time I'm making I jump in for my $20 an hour, not non-union, that's all. Yeah, all the way up to like $35 an hour. So now she's complaining that I'm within the space here, like a junior mechanics, making $35 an hour, for fathers, and then which I obtain a medical benefit or like $4,000 a month. So now I was making $112,000 a year. Yeah, just staying sober and going to like just do work with machines and the systems on the space. So later on, her boyfriends were that are like comments that like go off and like troll the American industry, all that stuff. What's up? No, again, that was a massive discipline failure within the system to go off and be my follower, and then which is somewhat leak everything about my affairs and then go off and try to see. The oldest were discussing because again, they're in my affairs, listen to me talk about random shit. So by the time I'm talking about like helping out people, all that shit from the these niggas were like, even though I got my back to them, I'm laying down on the streets here just like talking to myself. These niggas are like, do you come into my affairs while I'm in the streets, pushing me out on my own affairs where I'm doing nothing. That's all. Just to go off and be like, yeah, we helping out the poor, we're doing child special, yeah, let's go off. Like, because they're pedophiles. That's all. Yeah, so they're like, yo, let's go off and take something here so I can go off and have this nice little boy over here come to, hey, little boy, come here, like, hand on this machine over here, yeah. Do you like that? Grandpa is behind you. Yeah. The little spy over there is like, Daddy, Granddaddy, can you show me how to go off and bring my friends from like this special entry? Yeah. All of a sudden, the truck jobs like you go, let me go off and like see if I can smuggle you. So this truck job on the special. Oops. Oh, I had cops in there. Go off. Oh, they arrested them. I got the story. Yeah. Because that one over here is what let me know. Yeah, they're in prison. Yeah, they were relaying message into their ears are like the feds. Yeah, the wardens in Thailand will go off and relate to like the American feds what's up, and then the American feds will go off and take advantage of like the caste system that they're smuggling to go off like run a fake operation. Yeah, that's where to like people come inside the United States to take in jobs, but at the same time they ain't got documents, so they could continuously over time you got to see the feds involvement into it, creating fake fucking operations, just to go off and publish it in front of the public because once you jump into like Dubai and especially you don't know the caste system. Yeah, but at the same time the government's down here. Yeah, communicating with your governments into more things, especially some of the business partners. Yeah, so by the time you pay attention to it, the American government decided to go off and like copy corrupted governments to then go off and like manipulate the public opinion by intentionally buying a whole bunch of like fake caste system to then go off and create fake crimes inside the United States, so they could go and run the budget on the special. I cannot make this shit up. So the story would have been individuals that got caught around the border to go off and take on a work job. You know the jobs that they give you. Like, there's like a private companies that pop up around the state and the cities, and they give out like construction jobs. They're like specifically to like construction job. They always put out the hard hats, the vests on the special, and they tell you that they have like multiple contracts on the special, and they want like workers to come and show up. But some of it is like the American scam that's ledgering into more things, especially like fake companies that they set up like fake jobs, like fake Ubers on a special, and then they invite you in, and then you're gonna put your money in there. You're gonna give them your money to go off and get no, you get like access to them. That's how you're gonna go off and become like a customer or something like that. Yeah, a membership. You're gonna become a member of the system, and you get money on the special, and you stay on the platform, and then you're gonna notice that you ain't getting no money out of it. Especially outside. That's the legendary American scam over here, with like fake shell companies and like fake system that the dude over here, the big mob boss over here, I learned how to do across the United States over here, and he learned to go off and like rob the contract on the special, to just go off and tell you that there was no promise. yeah, over his platform that you ever get customers on, especially, and then you always see the old lady that's like go off and be like the secretary in there, like that's his romper romp. It's partner in crime, if not special, into like the cleanest fucking crime I ever fucking seen in my life. Which is it's like private companies that get out fake jobs on, especially, and then you won't find plenty of complaints about them, more or less, right? So they use these companies to go after like lure migrants, immigrants, or like smugglers, people, and stuff like. Because you won't notice that the pattern itself repeat in like Russia over here, where Russia will go off and like take the smuggled human beings or the slaves and then bring them over inside the war front. So that's what's so disgusting about that group. Is that no clue. Is that I get to know that they're from San Diego, but at the same time the group is so disgusting as like a military group that is giving Russia advice about stuff that's way to like being positive, like going to work, all that stuff, So they give the Russians over here the idea to go off and like kidnap slaves from globally, to like bring them inside of a war zone, and then have them go off and walk through minefields on the special, and never having to pay them, nothing like that. So it's like, oh my god, that's so disgusting. Into my office, yeah, and then no, because again, I knew the type. It's just that it was so annoying to have that type over there go off and work with the government. It could be in my life over there, because I don't want either inside my life. I don't even know why they're here. I like, what was the purpose of it, because yeah, there's no case, nothing like that. They can't have no case, nothing like that. The annoying thing about them, especially is that they wanted to like dig inside my affairs privately to go off and see if they put me in prison for like more than 5 years to life or something. Yeah, if they found a crime that I was committing, because they were all nosy trying to figure out what am I doing in like France, what am I doing in Thailand, am I doing something illegal? I was like, that itself that is not constitutional at all. So yeah, so I told you that the chick has his son over here fucking complained that I stay sober, and then eventually when the machines break down. Yeah, the person on a different color over here. That's a nerd shows up and fixes the machines. So when I shoot from the top myself, and then they fucking complain that they don't have the skill, all that stuff. So they go off and like they even help themselves go off and try to like go off and like copy me to see, because they copied ideas from me because they heard me talk about designing machine system for like security into my office, especially like working on an event system to go off and build the consciousness of like weapon detection into my office, especially, or aggression to go off and counter it into my office, especially. So little white girl that used to go to school and eventually became a prostitute and got a black eye from a black pimp, and then went on to run a meth run. It's so common inside the United States. Yeah, I assumed that she was the smartest or the brightest, and then because of the fact that she heard me talk about things in science. So by the time she was sinusoidal waves, all that stuff, she was like, yeah, I'm a Mrs. Choke on Dick saying this shit in like the physics class into my office, especially. I graduated in high school, but then eventually, I didn't need to go to college into my office, especially. So by the time she heard me talk about it, as if I'm white, all that stuff like that, I said, the podium is all yours. I said, just later on tell me in front of a judge why you dig inside my affairs here without my consent, and then why is it that you committed to go off and like fucking try to kill the person based off like stuff that's like so stupid. A little black boy that's 18 get a scholarship from the government, but instead he decided to go off for like try to go off and like go on a crime, go on life of crime, to like skip school and go in a strip club and go off and try to be a rich person and pretend to be somebody that he's not. You see the shit that they throw inside my fucking amazing story as a fucking my dude. Yeah, no. So I left to chase after the title of father of mechatronics, the same way that they do create the LCD screen into my office, specifically because I knew specifically that you could go off and remodify the energy system on that screen over here to go off and make invisibility on the special. And during that time, I had a thing called a tool to go off and program machines, but that was not my integration on the special. My integration was mainly rematerializing materials and then we should create an analog computer system, all of it, that then go off and like somewhat be in parallel with a digital computer system. Yeah, and then so I redesigned the metallic system and the carbon system and the robotic system to then make sure that the robotic system at least has like more than multiple machines in it. Instead of just like a component that's just going to be like this. It gives it no feedback aside from like one big structure, like the design over here. This lawnmower over here myself. So once you got all these arcade systems, you just get a hot out of it that you build on the arcade level, and then that's your robotic system in the current age. The robotic system is not complex enough. That's not evolved enough. That's too archaic and backward. It comes with the flaws of like the old machine system. So I decided to go a step ahead. Yeah, materialize a real robotic system where like the material that it's made out of receive codes and instructions. Yeah, because of the fact that it's an analog system. Yeah, just like that. yeah, on a Miller scale, especially on top. And then it takes feedback as a machine to go off and dash and adjust. What's up? And then it goes invisible, and then eventually has the ability to go off and create a energy field. Yeah, that goes off and detect motions, all that stuff like that, and be able to detect aggression into more especially. Yeah, and then eventually it go invisible, and even like go off and like automate on the special with his own custom systems. Yeah, that have a feedback from me over there that communicate with it. Where I could go off and have glasses that control it, and then go off and give it a feedback based on the function that I designed on the special. So by the time I'm doing this stuff over there at age 33, what's about, yeah, jealousy sets in. It kicks in because of the fact that you know the American selfishness and the need to go off and like try to raise their hands and try to like go off and like, be in the classroom and go off and claim that I'm like first in line. I'm like the best, brightest student. I won't go off and like, be an honor student, well, especially. And then the honor students is helping itself go off to like pick my pocket, go off and try to cheat. Yeah, check honor students over here. Passing off key answer sheets, man, especially, and then by the time they don't read, they complain over it that the dude over here that doesn't do check, know his identity within the domains of laws of mathematics, then go off and apply as a parameter inside of a computer program and a code to establish rules and regulations for the system itself. To go off and do the design, and then now they're jealous that I'm able to communicate on a nano machine level. What's up? I didn't go to school for nano machines or nothing like that. It's just that again, I'm built for this stuff with us. So I have the instinct to go off and like know exactly how to navigate to that space here and get my fingers. Yes, and not even self-taught. That's how literally just like common sense electrician. If a physicist mind or somewhere, but like that, already know how to use technology and system to then go off like move nano machines into morphing special. So I don't need to go to university for it. I'll go off and naturally find the same path that these professors that wrote all these books in there. So we'll go off and learn special. So I tell you, the only thing that's in there, especially that's like unique, would be the toolkit into like how delicate some of the professors were to go off and do a statistic analysis for me. That's way to like testing resistance and material strength. And all sorts of stuff that's way to like the properties of a nano system on a small scale, in the same way that they did with biology, because they knew that the microbe rule and like its rule of physics will apply into the nano scale specifically or something. But at the same time, once you're down there with like these small machines, all this stuff over there that you have to send signals to, you have a computer program that you run on the special as if it was like Tetris. By the time you're able to run a Tetris code on like the nano scale over here or something, you can go off and build a computational model that's going to house a virtual system in there, another computational model on the special. So the minute you got machines building machines, that's like having a computer build another computer, and then in that computer itself, like not just like a computer building a computer, but a computer running a simulation inside of its own hardware. A computer running the the dolphin emulator, or like the steam emulator. Yeah, so it's running a software inside of it myself. But this time the software is not just like the ones and zeros that you have around myself. Yeah, the software is actually other machines that I built with like low computational space in there that would then go off and run simulation or steam in there. But at the same time, the machines that it has inside of itself, are the simulation that it's running on, especially, but this time it's physical, it's more especially the same way that they built Detroit City to then go off and have a computer system where go off and operate the machine system that go off like someone build the vehicles on the special. All right. So I said by time I'm making sure that my skills stay sharp, and like even go off into my own pathway with my own door, and my own company inside of a new sector over that's worth trillions of dollars into more special. So, yeah, and I never underestimate the jealousy amongst the American competition. Because it's so hideous into more things that it ended up communicating with Russians. Yeah, to go off like take poor people on the space and dump them inside of a war zone. That's why I don't feel sorry for none of these people on the space, because that's them over there. It's some of the homeless and the others on the space that his own daughter and son will go off and trick and then send off to Russia to then go off and die. But they take a cut for like the big bosses over here for like the amount of employees or customers that they send them. Yeah, I said it's disgusting, man. Yeah. Well, again, I don't hang out with the white folks, but at the same time, I already knew what their type. So it was so easy to go off and like build a simulation in my head and know exactly who, what, when, how, cause especially, and that happened under Biden the entire time, until often, especially because somehow they let that thing crawl into the front desk of the vice president of the United States to go off and give you the feedback about things that's like so fucking dumb. And by the time it was done, we had someone manipulate the head of like everybody, including Fox News, or like down to like MSNBC, down to SNL, all this, even like the rappers in New York City. I'm sorry, manipulate them, making it all by itself. And then by the time it's done over here, bloodshed. Female spies try to go off and use the kids to go off and like see they could go off and like sneaking a missile in that special bloodshed. Just because of the fact that some of the Americans over here are like fucking cocksuckers that are mad fake and tomorrow specifically. That just couldn't have individualism to then go off and say no, I don't want to participate into that. I said that's not my business. I just want to focus on that. Yeah, I said, excuse me, it's my specific. But when you fake, I'm sorry, like you have fake people that are getting paid by spies to go off like someone control the mood. Yeah, you're going towards the cliff over there. I'm sorry, those of us that are like survivors. I'm sorry. Again, I didn't fall towards a brainwashing program that give you a parasite inside your head over here, to a machine system, to electronic warfare. That go off and try to like format your body so you could go off and send signals inside your head. Yeah, and then for your senses off, and then go off and make sure that you could go off and like be so aggressive that you attack yourself in the mirror. You don't go off. I said I fucking hated these people so much to see that I could just chill over there, and they coming through like the prediction go like, yeah, if I'm doing that, I said, oh my god, they give me the crackhead psychopath group of them. I said, that's like bloodthirsty, but they're extremely pussy if I'm on the face of a prime into my office person. So somewhere by the time I'm chilling over here like a peaceful ape, so that shit is coming around with the intent to go off like think that it's going to go ahead and like make me have the thought to want to go off and like kill it into my office specifically. I want to go off and pull up. Yeah, I'm literally minding my own business. I mean, knowing the person over here. They literally fucking forced the thought over here that I want to go off and like take a knife and like stab the person around the special. Because they're like, this is what I want to do. This is what I'll do on special. I want you to be like me. So they found a random fucking mentally ill serial killers that are like homeless over here to go off and give them the feedback to go off and bother somebody around the special. And then go off and claim that the olders are claiming that they won't go off and like fucking make sure that young people cannot work, or only the kids can go off and do certain things. And then all of a sudden they try to turn America inside the kingdoms over here. Yeah, with the princes and like the royal family that are like on top of a caste system or something, and then go off and like fuck around with like the non-caste system on the fucking special. Cause by the time they go over there, they always love this shit because they always bombard them with like, yeah. I tell you, the white dudes go over there and they get to see that the niggas are being their fucking kids. Like, it's crazy and so on. And then by the time they're in there, they're going to see that the niggas got the kids on the ground. Yeah, with their head down into my office specially. So by the time they send the kids to the United States with them, and then the kids are doing punk rock and they pretend to like be gangsters. And by the time they misbehave, the white dude makes a phone call back to their family over there, and then he deports them on the crime, and then they go off and he makes sure that they can get them killed inside that special. He makes sure they can go off and carry kilos of cocaine, and then go off and then he sabotages them on the special, and then he sends them back, and then he goes off and get them killed on the special, because that was the name of the game that they all side fucking plays on the special. If you're a nobody, they're gonna run you to that. She's abusing the dog over. They're gonna run you to like that hurricane or that maelstrom. Yeah, and then which will fuck you up in there, and then fucking spit you back out as like a fucking mentally ill person with no money whatsoever, and you don't have like the entire police and spies going out to like fuck you up your entire life into my office especially. That shit over here again is dirty, but I'm glad that I'm in the US over here. Not like in some of these kingdoms or these places and myself. Because inside the US where they can't do that shit into my office especially. That's civil war right there, myself. That's civil war right there. That's again civil war. That's like the group that selected ICE versus the group over here that went on to like get the Iranian to go off and claim that they want to kill the president and left to America on the special. So these two sides over here will never fool me, because again the two sides over here are at war with each other into my office especially. The military is down there on the ground, and they did like death to the American president on the special. So no love and peace is ever going to fix that on the special. Yeah, I tell you, the American is so naive over here. I'm watching the Iranian and Iraqi war over here, plus in like all the history, and the Americans themselves never fucking watched this shit, and they never knew about it, especially on South. And that's not even the worst part of the war itself. The worst part of the war is how like the Iranians themselves was like using their little train to go off and crawl on minefields. Yeah, blowing them up just to go off and fight the Iraqi army that was like using chemicals on them. So yeah, somehow Kristen Stewart over here, yeah, could have gone off and make a great movie to go off and apologize for like I don't know, either Iraq or Iran. Yeah, because guilt and tomorrow. It's like, what the fuck is this shit? I was like, do these people go back and revive history? Apparently the answer is no, man. Right, so I said, yeah, I just ignore the crackheads into my office, especially myself. we're not on the same level, Masad, at all, Masad. The only reason why I don't work out and don't do things because again, you got to see how I talk about mathematics, all that stuff later on. That's things I could have been doing at age 33. The only reason why I didn't do it is because of the fact that the group that's inside my first year are mentally ill, and they work for a whole bunch of spies that go off and get ideas about like they want to go off and create customized automated grenades that they could launch that go off like do a double lob on especially on target people and like hug down on them and like go off like flash them in their eyes with lasers and blow them up on especially on